Hey everyone, my name is Tyler, and today I'm going to be doing a speed run of this LEGO Ideas International Space Station, kit number 21321. This is my third recording for this. I've had some recording issues. I'm not really satisfied with the quality of the recordings. So hopefully this one will go okay, and I can feel comfortable releasing this as the first video for this channel. I'm speed running this, meaning that I've practiced this build. This is probably my 6th or 7th, maybe 8th time building this. I'm not sure exactly. And I'm actually trying to memorize and get better and be really quick at putting this together, much like a speedrunner would with a video game. Yeah, we'll go ahead and just jump right into this. I do have a timer here with my splits on it. So you can see how I'm faring there. It's got my best time listed there, 59 minutes 37 seconds. So we'll see if we can beat that time today. Let's give this a try. I have So yeah, as I said, this is I'm not sure exactly what number, but I've put this kit together a few times now. 7th or 8th maybe. And I am trying to sort of start up a new hobby here of speedrunning these LEGO kits, and I'm having an awful time finding pieces. Goodness. This kit is a super fun build. If you're looking into getting it, I've really enjoyed it. The numerous times that I've solved it here. And I've done a lot of work on the kit apart from just doing like builds themselves. Like I'll build certain sections, build them and take them apart again just to get more practice with them. And it's super fun. So highly recommend if you're looking for that kind of thing. I want to say my first time building this, it took me about 2.5 hours. At least that's what the very first recording was. That was the length of the very first recording. That was a lot of wasted time with that one, because I was taking video, or I was doing video as well as like trying to set things up to get. That is bad. Get that off there. To record my first time solving it. So yeah, it took me a lot longer than it normally would to get through a kit like this, especially because like I was on top of going through all that and trying to talk through the build itself. I was also knowing out all the pieces to get good pictures of what was in each bag. This is the first kit that I've ever done the speed build kind of thing with. So I wasn't really sure what to expect. So when I initially started, I was taking pictures of everything, and I didn't realize that I didn't actually need to go through and take pictures, because I can just go back through and figure out what goes in each bag based off of the instructions themselves, as long as I'm not being too particular about what's in each bag, like, because there's mini bags inside of each other bag, so as long as I'm not being too particular about getting those split up correctly, I can do it all by the instructions themselves. Come on now. So yeah, as I said, this is not my first time building this kit. I've been practicing this kit to get better at it, and as such I have memorized a few of the bags. I have this first bag memorized, I have the second bag memorized, the third bag memorized, parts of the fourth and fifth bag I have memorized, and then the sixth bag I have memorized. So we will see all those parts as we progress through this build today. There we go. Bag 2, this is the stand. Okay, I would like to get to a point with the speed building of this that I have a much better understanding of how all these pieces go together, so I can kind of have like a best route. Like I'm modeling a lot of what I'm doing off of actual like video game speedrunners, and trying to take a lot of influence from what they do. That was a good find. That piece usually takes me a lot longer to find than that. So we'll see where this hobby ends up. Right now I'm just enjoying it as a hobby. So this is my first kit for speed building for this for Legos, and hopefully not my last. Now, I would also like to put the question out there to anyone that may see this video. Is this hobby a thing? Like, is this a hobby that exists at all anywhere? Because I can't find it. I've looked all over the internet, and I can't really find record of it. Yes, speedrunning Lego kits. There are a few things that you find if you search for any assortment of or any sort of combination of words, you know, speed, build, Lego, stuff like that. None of them are quite what I'm trying to accomplish here. There was the closest video that I could find to it was from something like a Lego convention from a few years ago, I believe, where they basically hit on some of the people that were at this competition. They had a speed building competition at a Lego convention. I don't know if that's a thing they do a lot at those or at all of them or anything like that. I've only ever found one video of it, and most of the people there were seeing the kit for the first time and just trying to build through the kit as fast as they could, which is not what I'm going for here. There was at least one or two people there that were more along the lines of what I'm trying to do here, and they were the clear winners of the event because they had actually, when the kit that they were going to be putting together for that event was released, they had actually purchased the kit themselves and done practice runs for it to, to get faster, like what I'm doing here. But it didn't seem to be a hobby for them. It sort of seemed to be just a kind of like a one-off thing, is the impression I got from that one video, which could be wrong. That was just the impression that I had gotten from that video, though. So, and that's, like I said, that's the closest I could find to what this is that I'm doing here. So, if anyone has any, record of people doing this kind of thing, I would love to hear about it. Because as cool as it would be to sort of invent a new hobby, it would also be nice to not, and to have people I could talk to about this, and I don't know, collaborate, but you know, just discuss this hobby with. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Second guess myself for a second there. Come on now. Ooh, wow. I could not figure out where that piece was coming from. I knew it wasn't supposed to still be out, but couldn't spot that. I completely missed putting that piece in. Obviously, I'm not going to get very far for getting a piece. The only thing really that is different, so I should probably point out here, I try to keep things as close to the initial experience you get with a LEGO kit as possible. The only thing that is hopefully the only thing that's significantly different is that I have removed all the extra pieces, like you get spare pieces, and I've removed all of those and placed them in just their own separate bag. So I don't know, and again, as far as I'm aware, there aren't any pre-existing rules for this hobby because this isn't a hobby. I'm sort of making this up right now. Bag 3. So if anyone has any place I can go for guidelines, like, you know, it said, you know, there are existing guidelines for this having been a hobby somewhere else already that say, you know, you can't remove all the extra pieces. You have to keep those in the bags, or whatever rules may exist there. Let me know, because I would like to know if I'm breaking the rules. I hope I'm not. But if this is just my own hobby that I'm inventing for myself, then no, I'm not breaking the rules. I do not have to keep those extra pieces in there. There are a lot of really fun bits in this kit that I like putting together. I did not like that last one very well. Okay, these pieces, let's see now. Yes, these go here. I don't have these steps memorized super well. So a lot of what I'm doing here, or a lot of how I've gone through and memorized the steps for these, is just kind of where I'll sort of see a pattern setting up, and I'll recognize a pattern and remember what goes next, or what piece goes where in relation to that. So it's not super solid in my brain. I realize I'm not using hardly any of the actual frame of this video, so this is still not really set up well for what I'm trying to do here. I need to do some more finagling with my setup to get it into the proper position, but hopefully with this video we will at least get enough a decent enough recording that I can release this video, hopefully. I'm going through and doing these builds and trying to get better at doing this particular build, I'm trying to come up with sort of best practices for things. And I think, like, I try to do things together, like the same step, if you have to do the same step like a bunch of times. I try to do those together to kind of minimize, kind of like keep my hands doing the same thing, you know, so you can kind of get into a flow with it and get faster with it. But I think there's a fine line as to how beneficial that can actually be. And I think it might actually make more sense to focus more on minimizing the numbers of times you have to touch a piece. That's not right. That goes there. These go here. You see what I mean? Like that's don't have this memorized well enough for those kinds of things. I really almost made a big mistake there. Not a big mistake. It wouldn't have been that bad. I have surely made worse. There we go. Now I believe that's where these go. Yeah, it seems that one of the most time-consuming things with these types of builds, I can't find this piece that I'm looking for. Where are you now? Hello. Oh, this is awful. Okay, so I gotta come back to that. That's really not great. These ones go like this. Yeah, it seems like one of the more difficult aspects of these speed builds, and one of the things you can save the most time is with having to pick up pieces less frequently. It's like if I have to pick a piece up and then, you know, attach a piece to it and then put it back down, even if I'm doing that same thing over and over, so I'm getting quicker and quicker at actually putting those pieces together, it might not be the best option because I have to keep picking it up and putting it down. There might be a better option if I could you know, pick it up once, put it all together, and then put it on, and not have to pick it up again. So that's kind of a thought that's brooding around in my head right now as far as optimizing these kinds of runs. I'm really concerned about that piece that I can't find because there are not a whole lot of pieces left here. And that's really, I feel like, throwing me off. Yeah, man. Trying to go through and do different steps to minimize the number of pieces that are still sitting out. I hope I didn't. Oh, it's still in the bag. I found it. Okay. Whew. Okay. I feel better about that now. Except about the wasted time. Spent a lot of time looking for that piece. Those are just the things we gotta deal with and learn to overcome. Get out of here. Okay. These go here, I believe. Ooh, that was not a good way to put that on there. Yikes. Did not like that. Where's the other one? There you are. Okay, so now we're down here. This is going pretty well so far, I would say. Okay. All right, we're almost done with this. This is going. I think this is going really, really well. I'm really happy with the pace I'm keeping here. We'll see how long I can keep this up. without making any horrible mistakes. And this is the last bag that I have memorized, so we are about to move into instructions land. Ooh. Which will slow us down quite a bit. Okay, that's bag 3. Bag 4. Oh. I think bag 4 might be my least favorite bag in this kit. Because there's so much of bag 4 that is just little bits and bobs that get added on, and so many rolly bits that try to get away. Whereas I'm doing everything I'm doing right now is off camera. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, instructions. Bag 4, where are you? Here we are. Somewhere, right there. Oh, mouse. Okay. Oh, let's get to so much of my room here. Sorry. Okay. Hopefully that'll work okay. Might talk a bit loud. I just moved the move the mic out of the way a little bit, so I had a bit more room here. So hopefully this goes okay. Yeah, I still, as I'm going through here, I'm still noticing there's a lot of improvements I need to make for my recording setup. But as I said, this is only the 3rd time I've tried to record, and I feel like it's getting better each time. Yeah. It's just always ways you can improve, truly, I mean. Where? There's one. There we go. And see, this is what's so difficult about this, is that it's just little pieces that get added together that are just like slight differences with them. And it's difficult to keep all of that kind of stuff straight. At least for me, that's something I really struggle with, is keeping little things like that separated. So we need one of these. Mhm. There we go. All right. And see, there's some little steps throughout this that I have mostly memorized. Where's this piece? Where? Well, that's not good. There you are. Plain sight. Don't know how I couldn't see that. Nope. Yeah, I have some steps somewhat memorized. But for the most part, I don't have any of this this bag memorized. Get back here, please. Oh, get on. I have more of the next bag memorized, but definitely not all of it. Of course, on top of that is one of these. It'll be really nice once I have everything memorized, because I can. I mean, you can already tell, you know, as if it wasn't obvious already, just by thinking about it, that having to use instructions slows me down a lot. So getting to the point where I don't have to do that will in turn speed me up a lot. So that will be really nice when I get that to that point. Okay, and you go on here like so. There's some satellites to build here. That needs another arm, yeah, right there. Stay on there, please. Get on. Goodness. I could like trading off those pieces. I get one of them on and the other one will come off. This has this cap on it. I feel like I'm getting through this bag with a decent time, though. At least at this point. I'm feeling pretty good about it, so I don't know, we'll see how it goes. I'm still getting used to the software that I'm using to record my times. Like, I'm not super super comfortable with how, like, what all the different times being shown are. That is not right. Please follow the instructions since you don't know what you're doing. It's that. Then that. and this like that. There we go. Have to back up here and make sure I didn't miss a piece. The last time I put this all together, I missed a piece early on, and it caused a huge problem for me. Okay, no, that looks right. Sorry, that it doesn't really make sense. I know, but it was a big time waster. I had to take a lot of pieces back off of this, and it was not a good time. It's not a good time for anyone involved. Another one of those. Whoa. That goes on. Let's it out. Excellent. Oh, get on there. Get on there. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I'm getting nervous or what, but I'm dropping everything and having a hard time picking up everything. It's not good. That bag. And you can take out of this bag like that. This one, I really enjoyed this bag specifically. Not necessarily the bag itself, but like some of the bits on this bag. I really enjoyed quite a lot. There are these bits right here. I'm gonna do this like 8 times with these. So this is one of those situations where I don't know if it makes more sense to do all of these together like this. I'm just going to pick out all these pieces right at the beginning because they're not terribly hard to find in this mix of all the pieces in this bag. I don't know if it's better to do it or worse because then I have to pick the piece up again, which isn't great. Though I mean, there must be some type of you know, middle ground there, or like some sort of point where it gives way one way or the other, and I can't find the last one of those. Don't I? Yeah, I have more. Here it is. That was not great. Because some of these pieces are really quite easy to pick up, put back together. Alright, I need to move back over to this because, as I said, I don't have this entire bag memorized, and I don't want to put that together correctly. So I'm moving back over to this first because it's actually on the instructions page right now. I don't know if you can really see what's on there. Those bits are quite easy. We have these, which the only problem with these is just remembering where they're supposed to go exactly. Like that, I believe. Huh. And see, these are the bits that I don't like. This bag, where are any of those? Thank you. Where you have, there's so many of these little bits that look so similar, but there's just slight subtle differences between each one of them, and you got to build them all correctly and get them all right in the exact spots. It's no good. Nope, back here. Okay, now we're on to these ones. You go right here. Boom. That's all of those. Actually didn't go as bad as it has before. I don't know if I'm getting better at it or that was just a really lucky run. Either way, I'll take it. Okay, so now we're on to this here. Okay, that's what I wasn't sure about. These go first, and then it's these. So I couldn't quite remember. I didn't want to get it backwards. I have to take them off. Oh, stinker. Get on there. Thank you. Something else goes in the back here. Forgot. Come on. These go on. It goes away from the ball joints. Thank you. Ball joints away from it. Okay, so click in. Super satisfying click on those. Oh, I just ripped it off. Oh no. Gotta be careful about that. Oh, turn you. Come on, no. Okay, this I don't need anymore. I wish these had been bagged differently. That's how they came initially, so that's how I put them together. And that's how I put them when they go back in. Oh, missed. So this is the last bag here. This one is quite easy to memorize. This one I pretty much memorized after the first put together assembly of this. It's basically the same piece 8 times, and even some of the steps on it, you're putting the piece together, 16 times for some of them. Not the easiest parts to assemble because you get a lot of like rolly bits like this. I really need to get some kind of a mat to put down on my desk here to make it so that I can get better lighting in here without having the reflections be too bad. Because that's one of the big issues I've been having, is the reflections from my lights are causing a lot of issues with the recordings. So it's a bit more dim right now than I usually like it. I'm having a little bit of a hard time seeing it, if I'm being honest. But so yeah, I need to get some kind of a mat because it would be better for the recording and for assembly as well, because I could then throw these pieces out a little bit more carefree, and I wouldn't have to be so concerned about pieces rolling all over the place. Hasn't been too big of an issue yet, but it is something that I kind of have to keep in the back of my mind and really think about as I'm bringing pieces out of the bags. It'd just be nice to have just one more thing to not have to worry about. Alright, here we go. And now we go back the other way like this. Oh, come on. Okay. Oh. I hope that was just one piece that I dropped. I really need to get better at getting these pieces on here. Like that. I need to be like that every single time. That was actually really good. That was really bad. Okay. Didn't go far. Okay. Yeah, I think I gotta do something about the order of operations I do with this here, because I don't like how many times I have to pick up these individual pieces. I think that could be, I could save a lot of time by doing this more efficiently. Well, not a lot of time, but I could. There's some time that could be saved by doing this in a more efficient way without having to, like I was talking about earlier, without having to pick up the same piece so many times. But yeah, there's got to be a fine line there with you know, having to pick up the piece more than once and being able to sort of be like my own mini assembly line with these pieces. No, I'm losing some pieces up here. Okay. Get over here, please. Thank you. Almost there. Ah. Okay. Ah. Yes. Wow. That was good. That was really good. I'm really, really happy with that. 53 minutes, 29 seconds. And my best before was 59:30 something, I think. So that's a good 6.5 minutes off. Or six minutes off or so. Oh, that's awesome. It's in frame at all, kind of. Kind of, but not really. I get a little bit more light on it there. Oh man, that felt really, really good. I'm really happy with that whole build. You can see quite obviously how much bags 4 and 5 slow me down because they don't have them memorized. You know, easily 2 minutes over. 2 and 5, almost 6 minutes over the next fastest bag, or the next slowest bag 6. There's a lot of improvements to be had there, and just little improvements to be had all over the place with things. But yeah, I'm really, really happy with that. I'm happy with that, the way that this is coming together. I'm happy with how comfortable I'm starting to get with some of the parts of this solve. Yeah, I don't know. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I definitely did. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, let me know down below. And if you know of anyone else that does this kind of a hobby, or if this is like a hobby somewhere and there's like some communities for this, definitely let me know about that because we're really interested to hear about it. But anyway, guys, thanks very much for watching. Whoopsie. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.